Hey class, I'm going to show my note cards real quick, front and back. It's 2. Then I'm going to show around my room. Make sure that there's no one else in here. Set the camera up, get my note cards ready, and I'll give you guys the spiel. Class, we move into the new year bearing the same weight. Trapped at home with our family isn't ideal, especially when some of us have been gone for over 6 months. COVID has plagued our world and taken over our lives, making it easier to forget about our planet. Not just the people, but the trees and the animals. COVID will come and go, but the world will need our help in order to survive. Even if you haven't realized it yet, we've been slowly destroying the earth from carbon emissions, of factories and fires, to the destruction of oceans and the slaughter of animals. We've been destroying our planet one carbon footprint at a time. I'm not here to just persuade you, but to enlighten you about the destruction humans have made to our world. Our ecosystem is dying. 2 years ago, the Amazon rainforest caught fire in over 80,000 different spots in Brazil. The fire took away biodiversity and replaced it with carbon emissions. What is CO2? CO2 is a poisonous gas that can affect greenhouse gases. Janessa Duncombe from the American Geophysical Union states, the fires have already released enough carbon dioxide to rival Australia's annual human-caused emissions. An estimated 400 million tons of carbon have been released from the fires. The American rainforest used to have different types of life, from trees to animals and even indigenous people. After the fires, the biodiversity of the world may not see that potential for another 100 years. Research done by Andre Franco in Conservation Biology book stated research due from 2 different groups with 274 different types of soil tested, and groups A and B tested that 51% and 60% of soil was unusable. When looking at animals for the area, author Chloe Token wrote that 2.3 million animals died in the Amazon rainforest. This is only the tip of the slowly melting glacier somewhere out in Antarctica. I mentioned earlier that this fire took away many different organisms like trees and animals and people. However, this isn't even the main way that animals die today. First, I understand that animals are used for nutrients and protein. However, animals are being slaughtered in succession, outweighing natural disasters, natural selection, and other animals combined. It's obvious that humans kill more animals than animals do. Base Sanders uses statistical information under the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization states, worldwide, more than 70 billion land animals are killed for every year. These are only stats for 5 land animals: cows, chicken, sheep, goats, and pigs. So 70 billion only include land animals. This doesn't include marine biology. Surprising, right? Well, fun fact, 31% of US retail and consumer meat go to waste. There's 430 pounds of meat that just end up in the trash. That's in the US only. And that's according to Beef Magazine's author, Amanda Rocky. Time flies and glaciers melt. Carbon is emitted into the air that damages our greenhouses above. We slaughter for food just for so many lives to end up in the trash. Things couldn't get any worse. Then we look at our coral reefs and our oceans. The coral reefs are home to many of the world's animals. Over 70% of Earth is covered in water. Millions of different species live in these waters. Their leading killer is pollution. National Geographic states more than 80% of marine pollution comes from land-based activities. National Geographic continues to back up this point with evidence to why the oceans and the reefs are in danger. Minor cases being pesticides from agriculture end up in the water and deplete the oxygen, which kills marine life. Factories discharge sewage into the ocean and the occasional oil spill. Some of the bigger reasons, like 31.4% of fish are overfished, and air pollution makes up 1/3 of the toxic chemicals found in water today. This goes back to the 2 points I mentioned previous in my speech. By the end of the speech, glaciers continue to melt, animals continue to get slaughtered while their meat is sent to the trash. Carbon emissions continue to get worse through deforestation. And another species of animal life goes extinct due to humans' carbon footprint. If I were to tell you the biggest takeaway from my speech, I would tell you to look over my outline. Every minute we wait to make a difference is every minute we're closer to death. If we continue to destroy our ecosystem, we will find it much harder to breathe with the deforestation and the lack of trees. There will be less food as animals continue being killed towards extinction. And the waters will be polluted from factories with enough chemicals to kill off all biolife in the world. We are coming to the end, ladies and gentlemen. The goal is to persuade you all to believe my statement. However, if I didn't reach you today, then I hope you learn sooner than later that the world is dying faster than you think.